American people have changed the Senate. So I think we have an obligation to change the behavior of the Senate and to begin to function again.
Tea Party conservatives, quote, were baffled by those remarks. They fear that McConnell is already playing it too safe and nice with the White House. They want to keep using the threat of a government shutdown as the ultimate leverage, and they want to dismantle the Affordable Care Act.
The Tea Party lost big in the 2014 midterms, and they have learned their lesson. The Tea Party is a lot savvier and smarter than you might believe, and they actually came out winners in the recent midterms. Welcome to another episode of the political game we all know and love. Who do you trust? And in this case, whom do you believe? Welcome to MidPoint, the former Assistant District Attorney of Shelby County, Tennessee, founder of Tea Party Nation, one of the largest Tea Party groups in the country, and called the #1 Tea Party site on the internet, Judson Phillips. Judson, thanks so much for being here.
Hey, Ed, thanks for inviting me.
Judson, back in March of 2014, Mitch McConnell said, as far as the midterms are concerned, in a warning to the Tea Party, quote, I think we are going to crush them everywhere. I don't think they're going to have a single nominee anywhere in the country. Now that the midterms are over, do you feel crushed?
No, not at all. And let's put a little perspective into that. You know, I think McConnell was directing his comments more towards what I like to call the faux conservative establishment. These are some Washington-based groups that come in and funded some self-appointed Tea Party candidates like Greg Brannon in North Carolina, Matt Bevin in Kentucky, who are just absolute disasters. You know, there were a lot of Tea Party candidates out there that did well. Dave Bratt, for example. I mean, holy cow, the guy knocked off the sitting majority leader of the House of Representatives. Now, we didn't win every race we went in, but guess what? We sure made an impression on people because look at the way every candidate ran. A bunch of candidates ran on, in the Senate, ran on repealing Obamacare. Every one of them won. I think that says something.
How do you then, and I guess this is the question, hearing what Mitch McConnell said as we came in and what I just said, as the Republicans try to put the party together, move towards 2016, how do you then work with Mitch McConnell when it seems as if there is an animus towards the Tea Party here and it's not going away, or at the very least, it seems as if there are certain parts of the media that are pushing that agenda forward?
Well, I think there's certain parts of the media that want to push forward this idea of a schism, this narrative of a schism. You know, I've dealt with McConnell's office on some stuff that we needed to get done, and his office has been great to work with. As a member of the United States Senate, McConnell's actually got a fairly decent voting record, and he's been absolutely fantastic on First Amendment issues. Now, has he been the kind of leader that I want him to be? Well, no, but you know what? He's a heck of an improvement over Harry Reid. Are there some things I would like him to do? Yeah. Not the least of which is I don't want him to take the threat of a government shutdown off the table because, as any professional negotiator will tell you, you don't take your strongest tool off the table when you're starting to negotiate with somebody.
But wouldn't that be a negative, though, because the American people were so sick and tired of it the last time it happened? Wouldn't that just be the potential of a disaster for the Republicans and the Tea Party if that gets pushed forward and happens?
Well, you know, in the fall of November of 2013, the government shut down. And we were told this will be a disaster for the Republicans. The Republicans will be wiped out. The election will look like Custer's last stand for the Republicans. The Republicans flipped the Senate and now have the largest majority they have had in the United States House of Representatives since the days of Harry Truman. So, A, I think the threat of how the public is going to react to a government shutdown is vastly overrated. And B, I think the big loser from the government shutdown was not the Republicans and was not the Tea Party. It was Barack Obama and the Democrats.
I got about a minute left, and we're going to take a break and come back. But two quick questions then. If indeed it comes to that, then would you advocate shutting down the government again?
It depends on what the circumstances are. And I know that's kind of a vague answer, but it really does depend on why we're pushing a government shutdown. If there's good cause to do so, I say absolutely. If there's not good cause, then let's look at our other options.
What would be good cause?
Barack Obama imposing amnesty. Barack Obama bringing Ebola patients, non-American Ebola patients, to this country. Those are a couple of examples that jump right off the top of my head.
So if the president pushes forward the executive order, you would say absolutely, in your opinion at least, shut down the government as revenge or as an answer?
No, if Barack Obama pushes forward with executive amnesty, defund the government, or at least defund that part of it. And if he vetoes that bill, then fine. At that point, shut it down.
What about Mitch McConnell? Very quickly, would you want him to stay as the majority leader?
Well, right now, I don't know that there's any opposition to Mitch McConnell as the majority leader. So it's sort
But
of
you're
hard
comfortable.
to say.
But you're comfortable if he stays as majority leader.
Yeah, like I said, we've had a good working relationship with his office in the past. He won't be perfect, but I don't know that any of them will be perfect.
All right, hang tight, Judson Phillips. We'll come back with part 2 right here on Midpoint.